Welcome back to more Spellcasting 101. Picking up where we left off in the last video. And we're back in class, unfortunately. There seems to be quite a bit of old people in class. Like I see lots of bald guys already. It's interesting. Guess lots of professors are joining in on the lectures. Let's review the last topic from last Thursday. Who can tell us the 6 stages in the life cycle of a good restaurant? Yes, you in the dark brown cloak. Let's see. See if we can just listen. Sure. The professor continues to Babylon. Stage 1, the restaurant opens. Stage 2, the golden stage, the food's great. The price is low and it's never crowded. Stage 3, the restaurant gets very crowded as word spreads. Yes, correct. And who can finish up over there? You in the black and red tunic. Who, me? I'm just a dumb underpaid parser. Parser is the tech system that they use for those that haven't caught on to that yet. I guess just keep taking notes or waiting. Keep listening. The professor continues to Babylon. Stage 4, the restaurant raises prices and cuts portions in order to cash in on their success. Stage 5, people stop going. And stage 6, the restaurant closes. And he continues to Babylon. Yes, very good. You'll find that every good restaurant follows these 6 stages, although the time scale varies greatly. Now let's move on to some of the exercises I gave you to do over the weekend. We'll start with case number 7, the cheated enchanter. You take notes and time passes. Here we learn of the 3rd level enchanter equipped with Lifwad, a spell of pickpocketing. He's visiting an unfamiliar village and has purchased a meal of lamb stew and potatoes, only to discover that the lamb meat is tree bark and the potatoes are small brown stones. The enchanter knows that the constable and judge in the village are crooked and in the pay of the cheating merchant. Should the enchanter ignore the swindle? Should he report it to the constable, or should he use the Lifwad spell to reclaim his silver? Let's see some hands. Yes, you in the orange robe with the pink stripes. He should use the Lifwad spell. It's the only way he can get justice in this case. Cast Lifwad. Cast Lifwad. Do I know it? Wrong! Remember, number 3 of the cardinal rule of sorcery ethics. A sorcerer must never use magic to obtain the property of others, even if he perceives that property to be rightly his. Let's look at case number 2, the Masquerading Mage. Here we meet a sorcerer on a mission for the king. He is traveling incognito, and his mission is to obtain a newly developed spice to make celery dip for an upcoming banquet. The sorcerer learns of a dying girl whom he has the power to save, but only by revealing his identity. He doesn't believe that revealing his identity will prevent him from completing his mission. Should he save the girl? I see a hand on the back of the person in the yellow cape with the purple polka dots. The guy should definitely save the girl. No, 100 times no. A mission for the king, no matter how seemingly trivial, takes absolute priority over anything else, even if it be the life and death matter. Who are we to judge the true importance of the king's celery dip in the scheme of things? Sorry, not reading the students' voices in a different voice. I feel like I'm in this damn class and I just want to get out. Okay, now about case number 8, the Wooing Wizards. This case is about a pair of sorcerers who are vying for the hand of the same maiden. One, a 4th level sorcerer, learns that his rival, a 3rd level sorcerer, is using magic spells to influence the emotions of the maiden. Oh, he's cheating. The sorcerer has several options. How should he proceed? Anyone? Have to pick on someone. How about you, the tall fellow in the metallic green bathing trunks? I'm just wearing a cape, apparently.
I guess I'd say the 4th level sorcerer ought to use stronger spells to counteract the meddling of the 3rd level sorcerer. After all, the other guy started it.
Absolutely, positively, 100% wrong! The unethical conduct of the rival does not justify similarly unethical conduct. No, not one iota. The proper course is to inform the young lady of the actions of the rival. Furthermore, the use of magic spells against an uninformed and unwilling person is a first-class violation of the ethical code. The rival should be reported to the International Board of Sorcery Certification for probable revocation of his spellbook license. That's gonna suck ass. Revocation of the spellbook license is permanent, although it can be appealed to a subcommittee of the IBSC after 4 years. Only 3 times in the last 100 years has a revocation been overturned by this subcommittee. That's enough for today. On Thursday, we're going to break into smaller groups for some role-playing exercises. For next week, I want you to read and research more case studies. Case 12, the theatrical thaumaturge. Case 13, the spiteful spellmeister. And 15, the missing mouse and the mumbling magician. Okay, can I leave? Now where to? Let us wander around aimlessly some more. It's the Frog Kisser House. You're standing in the central lounge area of a primary on-campus dormitory. Your room lies off to the east, and the stair ascends toward the housemaster's suite. There are also exits to the north and southwest, also a hallway of ancient stone beckons to the northeast. A metal plaque adorns one wall. The usual role-playing crowd is huddled in the malls is huddled in the corner deep in a game of malls and muggers. We enter the Croissant Emporium. A glass case filled with croissants spans the Emporium. The proprietor says that chocolate croissants are 2 gold pieces, raspberry croissants are 3 gold pieces, and a Dragonade croissant is 100 gold pieces. The only exit is back into the mall. The Frog Kisser House. What we got in here? We got an astronaut, detective. It looks like he's got a banana phone. Examine the game. Bell ring signifying the finish of the late afternoon class. My mall rat buys a raspberry croissant. You pay 3 gold pieces. Do you want to check for a trap? Yes. Your health inspector performs a scientific analysis and discovers that the croissant has been laced with cyanide. Talk to the role players. Blah, 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 blah. We leave the Emporium. You're back in the mall. We leave the mall. You exit to the parking lot. It is late. There are a few cars in the lot, and the lights are dim and flickering. Suddenly, a band of car thieves jumps out and blocks your path. There's a lot of places to go here. The boat dock. Alright, so just kind of using the map to see how we can get around to the different places here. I wasn't even aware we could do that. But yeah, we can just click on different places here. Help, half. Oh yeah, that's the half menu. I'm just fucking around with the settings now. Help! Picture mode, map mode. Anyways. With interest in sculling and other aquatic sports declining, the boathouse has gone the way of termite fodder. Nothing remains but a rotting wooden deck, jutting into the river to the south. Curving paths lead back to the campus to the north and east. Nearby, to the northwest, on a gentle knoll at the edge of the river, stands the president's house. The door is closed. There's an old skull lying on the dock. Its best days are a distant memory. There's also an old skull lying on the dock. Its best days are a distant memory. The bell rings, signifying the finish of the late afternoon class. Oops, did I skip class? I want the skull. Let the dead rest in peace, that is, if you call having crabs crawling in and out of your eye sockets peace. Besides, you wouldn't want to ruin this beautiful graphic, would you? You're holding too much. What the hell do I have? Got a pack of cigarettes, a notebook? It may have been someone who drowned in the wicked currents of the estuary. More likely it was a student who ate once too often at the dining hall. Oh. Okay, remind me not to eat at the dining hall. Your health. Check for trap. Okay, let's play game. Sorry, Ernie. All the characters are taken. We'll get you in the next game. Should be starting in 16 months or so. But you've got to promise to dedicate at least 60 hours a week. We leave the Emporium. Go back in the mall. Shh. We asked the players about the game. Don't tell him anything. He might be with the feds. What in the blazing does that mean? These role players are so weird. My bodyguard wields his brass knuckles. My thug wields his Saturday night special. The car thieves wield the semi-automatic submachine gun. Gotta see how this game plays out. The car thieves spray you with bullets. Roll 2 40-sided die and 1 17-sided die. Your bodyguard is hit in the shoulder and takes 1,800 damage points. Your debutante is hit in the head. Her brain is splattered all over the side of an expensive imported sports car. We summon an ambulance. The ambulance takes you to a large hospital in the center of the city. A number of injured shoppers are clustered about the admitting desk. How much for treatment? For the bodyguard, 150 gold pieces. The debutante cannot be treated here. The physician recommends a faith healer at a nearby strip mall. We pull our gold pieces. You have 137 between you. We'll abandon the debutante. Sorry, Charlie, and leave the hospital. You're in the alley, flanked by a hospital and a toaster oven factory outlet. The alley opens into a major thoroughfare. But wait! An unexpected blackout hits the city. 6 looters immediately smash the windows of the factory outlet. How are the looters armed? With wooden sticks and light metal chains. We attack the looters in a general melee. Roll 1 4-sided dice, flip 2 coins, and pick an orange card. You kill 2 looters and wound a 3rd. We attack again! Roll 2 12-sided dice, pick 1 card from decks H and J, and pick one of these straws. You kill the wounded looter and wound the 3 other looters. But wait! 12 more looters appear, armed with napalm and surface-to-air missiles. Run away! We run away! You run away in a chaotic formation. A missile strikes your housewife. She suffers no injury. A missile strikes your investment banker. He is blasted to smithereens. The remaining party members run into the safety of a large mall. You can leave the mall, or you may enter one of several shops. A footwear store, a chainsaw boutique, or a croissant emporium. Sounds like a fun game. We enter the croissant emporium. A glass case filled with croissants spans the emporium. It looks like they're wrapping right back around in their loop here. Which, needless to say, was quite entertaining. One other thing, we're going to have a guest lecturer next Tuesday. Don Weeping Hippo, the founder of Weeping Hippo Industries. Don't miss it. Okay, looks like I left class early. Let's try going west. It's the Sorcerer University Weasels. Pokeball Champs 1035. You're in the stands of the vast arena known for its imposing architecture, enthusiastic fans, and horrendous sightlines. The scoreboard looms over the field, and pennants from the past championships hang above the exits to the east and southwest. That must be the president's. The cafeteria. You've entered the school cafeteria known as the Cup and Sorcerer. It is also known by a few other names, none of which can be repeated even in a crude, conscienceless game like this. Greasy workers wearing greasy aprons are dispensing greasy food. This evening's memorable repast, cactus salad and puffer slug stew. Exits lie to the north and south. Trying to see how to get to my the dormitory. Tap a keg of brew, President's house. What was this one? I felt a thigh. I felt a thigh, I get it. Stupid. Alright, so my room's to the south. Oops. There we go. This is either your room or the town dump, and since you don't have keys to the town dump, it must be your room. The door leads west to the common area. You recall that somewhere beneath the disaster is something bed-like. A sophomore from several doors down, Larry Sackabone, sticks his head in the door.
Annie, do you know any clear-up skin spells? No? Do you believe my luck? Hottest day of my life tonight, and I get a zit the size of Mount Gungberry. Suddenly his face brightens. I haven't tried Don Pile of Drive's Lee yet. He always has spells like that.
Let's eat some pizza. Some people say that the sign of a good pizza is whether it still tastes good cold. A day later. Nobody says that the sign of a good pizza is whether it still tastes good cold. 3 weeks later. Clean room. You pile up a mountain of dirty laundry, sort through weeks' worth of class handouts, toss out a few moldy banana peels and festering tin cans, and the place still looks like shit. Oh, and a hurricane hit it as well. Got some chessboards, old handouts. Let's read our notes we've been taking. If you didn't look at these handouts when your grades depended on it, you're certainly not going to look at them now. Read notebook. Alright, we got some notes here. This could help us. Got our Mythology 101 notes. Our Ethical 101 notes. Examine chess set. You probably played chess more often if you had more time and if you didn't usually lose in 7 turns and if you weren't missing a third of the pieces. Your chessboard sucks. Ernie! It's Bo south of Thunder, an upperclassman who you vaguely know. Take this spell! He hands you a standard spell box. I found it under the pile of hats and coats upstairs. I'm really busy here. Can you drop it off at the Lost and Found office for me? Thanks! He melts into the crowd. He gives me a spell. It's a box of scones. What the hell? Open the box. Open the box. A finger of energy leaps from the spell box to your spellbook, dazzling your eyes. When your vision returns to normal, you see that your spell box has vanished. The spell box has vanished. You get 4 points. A senior tells a younger frat man that he and his girl are dancing too close. I'm gonna dance too. Wow! Wow, I'm twinkle toes! You begin to feel kinda sleepy. Normally this wouldn't pose much of a problem, except that you've already pulled a few all-nighters this week. Someone yawns. Hey, getting late! Big Ethics 301 exam tomorrow. I'd better think about turning in. Time to get party start, guys. It's 9 p.m., you pussies. This party's weak. Go check out I Felt the... Ooh, looking like this party's better. This is a small fraternity house with an exit to the southeast. As usual, a wild party is in progress. Yeah, Boogie. A hand gently touches your forearm. The hand is connected to a well-dressed young woman. She leans close and whispers, "Please help me. I think that's something I ate didn't agree with me. I feel a little dizzy. Anyways, could you escort me outside?" Do you have a name? Is that Gretchen? She looks like a very prim and proper young woman. You find it a little unusual that she is out at this hour without an escort. I'm gonna take her. The lovely young woman follows you, clutching at your arm. "By the way, you haven't told me your name," she prompts. "My name is Eaglebeak," you begin. "Ernie Eaglebeak." "Hi, I'm Gretchen Snowbunny." "Snowbunny? As in President Snowbunny?" "Yes, he's my daddy." Gretchen takes a deep breath of the warm air, and then she collapses into your arms. "Oh, I feel like I'm about to pass out. Can you take me home?" "I've got my key here somewhere. No, wait. Whatever you do, don't take me there. Daddy would kill me. I have orders never to go to parties after 6 p.m. Just take me someplace where I can lie down until I get over. She passes out. Fortunately, she feels very light in your arms. Oh, God. Careful, Ernie. 2019. This is already considered date rape. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 down. Let me tell you about a girl I know. Had a drink about an hour ago. Sitting in a corner by herself. in a bar in the downtown hill. Little sublime for you. Let's see. Well, we got a passed out chick. Guess we're taking her back to our clean ass place. Where the hell's my cursor? A Fryman with the build like a Pokeball star claps you on the shoulder. Would you mind taking your girl somewhere else to sleep it off? Oh god. It's a fucking cat. Shut up! I'm trying to let's play here. I don't need your meowing in the background, you asshole. You recall that somewhere beneath the disaster is something bed-like. I don't know if we can put her on the bed because it's covered with shit. Put Gretchen. You sweep most of the rubbish onto the floor and plop Gretchen into the bed. You gently tuck her in. You're really, really tired now at 9:45 p.m. With a muffled clank, an embossed key drops to the messy floor. That's not what I was looking for. You take the embossed key. We should save. We're doing good. Alright, so here's where we have to ask ourselves, is it okay in 2019 to take advantage of a sleeping girl while she's passed out on your pizza-ridden bed? The answer is no, folks. It's never okay. But since it's a video game, let's see. We can give her a kiss. You know, like a good night kiss. But you hardly know Gretchen Snow Bunny. I'm gonna get kicked off of YouTube for this. Probably won't let me do it. Take off, girls. You strip off the cloak. Since Gretchen is in your bed, you curl up on the floor. What a puss! And immediately slip into a deep snooze. You dream about meeting a young lady at a party, dancing with her, and then, at your doorstep, gently kissing her hand. You find your behavior in the dream shocking, but also enjoyable. You wake up rested, refreshed, and feeling a bit stiff. Get all my stuff back. Looks like she dipped out. But we got the key. And there's a note. Eddie, thanks for being so gallant and helping me when I passed out in the court, and for letting me sleep in your bed, and for being such a gentleman, and not trying to take advantage of my condition. Maybe we'll run into each other at another party, if my dad ever lets me out again, that is. Gretch. Yeah, exactly. Gentleman. That's what I was. All right. Well, let's go west. President's daughter. We got a key. It's a good chance it is a key to the president's house. Lock. Door with key. Alright, the president's house. This is the modestly sized but opulently appointed on-campus dwelling of the school president. Bowed picture windows provide a panoramic view of the river and its surrounding bluffs. A large desk of polished Fodunga wood squats in a corner, and a door leads southeast. Prominently displayed, protected by a strong transparent case, is the mysterious, ancient, powerful sorcerer appliance, the university's most treasured possession. You see a Frimp spellbox. Your score has gone up by 15. A graduation nymph wearing a tiny cap and gown appears and floats before you.
Congratulations! You've graduated to the rank of level 2 sorcerer! It's obviously inconvenient right now, but at your first opportunity, you should attend an address by the more self-important windbag, who's trying to be profound but merely spouting cliches. Okay, promise good. Also, once you have an office, you'll want to write away to Sorcerer Central HQ for a suitably framed certificate.
The nymph vanishes without a trace. Alright, level 2 sorcerer. Okay. Well, we might as well open the box. A finger of energy leaps from the spellbox to your spellbook, dazzling your eyes. When your vision returns to normal, you see that the spellbox has vanished. Now we have the Frimp spell and the Bib spell, and the Scon spell somewhere. So the Scon spell apparently increases bust size. So, can make your titties grow with a Scon. The Frimp spell is a levitation spell. And the Bib spell produces soft music. We also had the Vi, Gub, and Zim spells in the simulation, but we didn't get to keep those. So that's what our current spells do. Make titties bigger and levitate. Okay. I should cast Scon on myself. Then I can play with my own boobies. A chilly shiver runs down your body, breaking your intense concentration and causing you to miscast the spell. You conjure a white dove, which flies away, perhaps if you weren't stark naked. Ah, I was holding the cloak, not wearing the cloak. Looks like it cast it on the key. The embossed key rises in the air and hangs there as though suspended by an invisible string. Interesting. Alright, gonna be wrapping up here soon. Let's go levitate some more stuff at a random. Black button, hold on. Solid block with no apparent seams or other openings. Break case. Oh, whatever. Let's read all the books. The books are both tremendously heavy and tremendously boring. Owning such books is a prerequisite for becoming a university president. I'm gonna Frimp the crab. The crab desperately clings to the ground with its powerful pinches, looking confused, or as confused as a crab can manage to look. Anyway. You get a nasty pinch from the crab for trying to disturb his peaceful day, and a nasty lecture from the author for trying to disturb his favorite picture. That is a kick-ass picture. A skull. S-C-U-L-L. That is boat oars, I believe. Oars that are attached to the boat. We're gonna frimp our bed. Your bed rises a few inches into the air, revealing something that perhaps maybe at one time was a sandwich. Several dozen unmatched and unwashed socks and dust balls the size of a buffalo. Holy shit. We're still playing the same game. Looks like we're missing a class here. Okay, from the top. Context the situation or environment. Don't expect results if you cast Wicks. Change water to nectar in the middle of the desert. Of course, context isn't an issue. Concentration, the mark of a master sorcerer, is his ability to focus all of his attention on the spellcasting process. It's a recipe for failure if you let your thoughts wander to yesterday's Pokeball scores, or to tomorrow's mythology quiz, or to the hot babe you met at the mixer. Pronunciation, intuitively obvious, but still so often overlooked in the frenzy of spellcasting. An example of critical nature of accurate pronunciation is the silvering similarity between Hervon, clean tarnished silverware, and Herbomb, summon a cloud of flesh-eating locust. Positive frame of mind. We'll spend several entire lectures on this subject next month. Suffice it to say that no magic spell will work unless the caster has utter faith that it will. The slightest hint of skepticism or lack of confidence, and the spell is broken. Think of the cartoon figure who has no problem walking on air until he realizes he's doing it, at which point he plummets to the bottom of a cliff. Remember those 4 points, and let's try that BIP spell again at this juncture. So instead of casting BIP, let's cast the wrong spell. This cast's gone. Ouch! Screams the professor, as a noise like a barnyard fight reverberates around the hall. Understandably, as several students have miscast the spell, conjuring up 3 chickens and a goat. The professor shoos the animals outside and says, "Good illustration of pitfalls of bad pronunciation." A few measures of romantic music floats through the air. I hate doing this, but we're going to have to pick on some individuals. Is Mike Meandering Creek here? A hand timidly creeps into view. Okay, Mike, cast BIP. I guess he hasn't called on me yet, so it doesn't count. Ahem. Mike clears his throat and casts a credible BIP, wavering only slightly toward the very end of the short spell. 3 melodious notes waft across the hall, followed by a grating squeak, like chalk on the chalkboard. Not bad, but you lost your concentration right at the end there. Let's call on Frank, flower that blooms in spring. Frank, you here? Let's hear your shit.
Okay, here cometh my best of Bip.
He cast a horribly mispronounced BIP, and a large fire breaks out in the lectern. The professor quenches the fire, and after some smoke clears, he says, Frank! I think I'd better sign you up for some tutoring to work on that speech impediment. Ernie Eaglebeak, you reluctantly raised your hand. Hi, Ernie, please cast BIP. I'm gonna cast Frimp. A finger of magical energy zips and circles around, finally striking the embossed key. The embossed key rises in the air and hangs there. Very impressive mastery of level 2 spells for a freshman, but I did ask for a BIP spell. Let's see if I do it right. Very credible casting, Mr. Eaglebeak. You have a gift for it, I believe. I hope that everyone took note of that excellent form as well as the carry-through. Now remember, class, once you learn to properly cast in the sedate environment of a classroom or study chamber, you've barely begun to master the art of casting. Much of your casting will occur in adverse conditions. Maintaining your pace and concentration will be much harder. To help you improve your cast in adverse conditions, I'm going to give you some exercises. First of all, I consulted with Professor Katzendogs, and school expert in thermaturgical meteorology, and he tells me that we'll have a major thunderstorm this evening at 11:50. I want you to practice your casting during the height of the storm while standing out in the court. Furthermore, the annual senior class food fight has been scheduled for the cafeteria Friday morning at 8:20. I want all of you there casting one bib after another. Not only will it improve your technique, it will add a festive background of music to the food fight. Food fight, 8:20. I'll write that down, man. Food fight, 8:20, Friday. Okay, got my little notepad going. Oh, look at the time. We're far past time, folks. That wraps it up for this video, and we'll see you soon with more Spellcasting 101.